Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. So from the title, I'm sure you can tell what today's video is going to be, but it is going to be a ColourPop haul slash I broke my low-buy in February. So the low-buy is not going so well, but honestly, I'm not really that mad about it. The whole purpose of the low-buy for me this year was to just be more intentional with what comes in my collection, and I'm happy with everything that I ordered. So my box came in from ColourPop today, and I don't have any eye makeup on because after I get done filming this haul, I want to use something in it and film another video. So yeah, I did already open it just to make sure that nothing was broken. So I ordered on like their big sale. They always have a big sale, but their most recent one from the time that I'm filming this. So we'll start with like the least exciting in my opinion to the most. So I have some empty magnetic palettes, and I've got large ones, medium ones, and small ones. And over the years, I've just noticed that, like, the small ones are my favorite because I can make more curated selections for myself. So I ordered this one. I ordered a third small magnetic palette. I don't really consider this to be a makeup purchase because I use them like for my makeup, so I think of it more as like a tool. But I still don't buy those excessively or anything. I don't really feel like I have a problem with like bringing in too many or anything. So I had two of the same pink ones, and I'm kind of considering like taking all of the shadows out of one of my palettes and only keeping certain ones and putting them into one of these. But I also got a few single shadows, and I no longer have any room in my previous two small palettes, so that's kind of why I got this. So moving into the single shadows, the first one is in the shade Cloud, and it's a really light purple metallic shade. And this is one, I don't know how long it's been out, but several times that I've been to ColourPop's website and looked at their single shadows, this has been one that's been kind of on my radar. So I've always thought it was really pretty, and since these are kind of like my kinds of shades, I did think that I would get good use out of it. So yes, I did buy this single shadow. It's very light, but it might be a pretty topper shade or something I need to use like the NYX glitter glue underneath. But yeah, I do think it's really pretty, and I'll just have to see how it looks on the eyes. Sometimes it's really hard to tell about a shadow from a swatch. So the next one that I got, I'm actually really happy about. It is in the shade Conjure Up. Okay, a couple of the letters are like faded out from the sticker. I was like, I could not tell what that said, but yeah. This is a very deep green foresty shade, and I mentioned this in my 1 week of green eyeshadow video that I really wanted to find a shade like this. So I was considering picking up the e.l.f. Mint Quad. Not specifically for this shade because I would probably use all the other ones too, but this is the one that was like the most unique to my collection because my deep green, like, it worked, but it was a little bit patchy and it wasn't just quite the right shade. So I saw this on the website and I was already going to order the two things I'm going to show you in just a minute. So I did add this for about $2, and I will swatch the green shadow for you as well. That one swatched really well. Okay, I'm not sure if you'll guess the next one, but I'll drop a pretty big hint. It's an eyeshadow palette, it's 9 pan, and I think it might be a good dupe for this expired Tarte X Aspen Ovard palette that I have mentioned. My formula is just not what it used to be. The shimmers are just, they don't work anymore. Like, they're very glittery, they're very chalky, they fall off the eyes, they leave glitter all over my face. So yeah, ever since this palette from ColourPop came out, I've been looking at it as just like kind of those 9 shades, not the Too Faced shades, but just these eyeshadows. And don't get me wrong, I really love this palette, but I'm just kind of coming to terms with the fact that the formula is not what it used to be. So with that being said, I'm sure if you have watched ColourPop's Instagram or like noticed any releases from them at all lately, you probably know which one I'm talking about, but it's the Going Coconuts palette. So like I mentioned when this came out, I did not expect to pick it up at all. I was like, I don't understand what the hype is, but yeah, here we are. So I was looking at this and I kept looking up reviews. I looked up, I think, Judy's videos, Mandy Leah's videos, so many people's videos on this palette. Allie Glines, like literally anyone that I watch that's posted a video on this, I've seen. But then the more I thought about this Aspen Ovard palette changing formula on me and just like not being what I wanted it to be, I started looking at the Going Coconuts palette again, And I've been looking at it for several weeks, just like comparing it, looking up swatches. I don't think they're exactly the same, but let me try and hold them up so you can see them side by side. So, I mean, they look the same, right? So what I did in January, the beginning of January, was I went and swatched all of these on my arm. Then I pulled up a picture of this Gun Coconuts palette and a picture of people that had swatched the Gun Coconuts palette. I looked at my swatches of the Aspen palette next to this, and if you had not told me it wasn't the same palette, I probably wouldn't have noticed upon first glance. When you really look at it, you can see like there's some differences, but this might replace that palette for me. I do plan, if you guys have this palette, I know it's a little bit older now, 2018, the summer, but I do plan to make a video like comparing the two of these and seeing what I'm thinking about them. So if you're interested in that, then subscribe, because I will be posting that. I don't know if it'll be like 2 videos from now or so, it might be, but I definitely want to film that for you guys. So I'm curious to see the results myself. But yeah, I did pick up the Gun Coconuts palette. All right, we've got one more thing, and it's the one I'm the most excited for. This also could fall into the category of Kelly Gooch made me buy it. I've mentioned this so many times, but I feel like 1/5 of my collection is literally inspired by Kelly Gooch. I just love her makeup style. Her reviews are very like on point, you know exactly what she thinks about a product. She has had multiple skin types throughout her life. Her skin changed, I think, in her 20s. So pretty recently, but she has a really good perspective on products, because for me, I've only ever had dry skin, so I can't really speak on anything that's tailored to oily skin, but I think she used to have oily skin, so she's actually able to give kind of a good judge on a lot of products. But this is eyeshadow, so it doesn't really matter, you know, your skin type. She posted this Making Mobs palette on her Instagram Reels. It made me really want it. So, okay. This is like my perfect color story, first of all. It is just a very mauve 9-pan palette. This is the one I'm going to be like filming with right after this video. So as soon as this came out, I opened it up and I was like, please don't be broken, please don't be broken. Because I did see, I think it was this one, mauve on top was broken in her palette. And in her video, it like fell out. So I was a little nervous, but it seems to be intact pretty well. Yeah. So I do want to try this out. I'm very excited for it. Love the packaging. I think this might be my favorite packaging that ColourPop's ever done. I much prefer the cardboard packaging to the plastic one. Not really sure why. I think it's like a personal preference thing, but I do really prefer the cardboard, especially once you use it a few times and kind of break it in. It's really nice, but their 9-pan palettes are just my favorite. I like that they're pretty curated. They're small. They don't take up a lot of space in my collection. But yeah, when looking at all of this, you know, I did break my low buy, and my low buy like rules for myself are just like a goal. I don't like to say rules because makeup has no rules. So why should my makeup collection have rules? But anyways, the guidelines that I set in place and goals for a low buy was that I really wanted to be making 1 makeup purchase per month. And I did include like, if I have a gift card, I can use the gift card if I want to, right? Or if it's a birthday, I'm allowed to ask for makeup if someone wants to buy something for me. So as far as what I am spending my money on and what I'm purchasing and bringing into my collection, just because, not for any specific reason, I wanted to limit it to 1 thing, like 1 purchase per month. So I'm fine with that. Like if I'm keeping my collection, like I mentioned in my makeup inventory, around 100 products, that really is fine with me. What's more important to me is that I'm using everything in my collection. And, you know, when I look at this stuff, the deep green shadow and the Gun Coconuts palette, those were for a specific reason. The Making Mobs palette is something that I'll probably be using on a daily basis. And then the little single shadow that's called Cloud, it's just cute, and I'm not gonna feel bad about it. I'm not really like excusing my purchases. What's important to me is that I don't let this turn into like a spiraling, snowballing effect of purchasing more makeup. I still want to keep it pretty minimal, but in this situation, I'm fine with it, you know? Sometimes you just want to add stuff to your cart until you get free shipping, and as long as it's stuff that you've been thinking about and that you'll use and that makes sense in your collection, or something that will just make you happy to purchase and have, that's fine. So yeah, with that being said, those are the products that I have purchased that broke my low buy. So if you guys want to see any videos with either one of these palettes, I'm going to make one on each of them. So make sure to subscribe and check out my channel in the future to see those videos. And if you enjoyed this video, I'd really appreciate it if you would give it a thumbs up. And with that being said, I will see you in the next one. Bye!